viewers, we are here and very excited to be doing a trailer reaction for the new trailer for Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I'm joined here with Naeem and Malika, who did the trailer reaction during Comic-Con. Y'all were super excited during that. You did some yoga poses. That was very interesting. I've never seen Naeem do yoga before. That was great.
I may be jumping on this table.
I mean, I hope it's sturdy enough.
I hope so, too.
The first trailer, it's crazy. It's been so long since we've had a trailer for this movie. They just premiered this at CCXP, which is down in Brazil. This movie comes out May 31st. I was telling Malika off screen, I think this movie is actually done, and I don't know if it's just principal photography or if like the whole thing is done or if it's just like elements of post-production. But if it is, it's crazy that a movie would be done 5 months ahead of its release date.
Yeah, that sounds highly unusual. I have more questions about that.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's visual effects. I know this film has
it's like all visual effects,
yeah,
right?
That's what I'm like. When I saw that, I was like, is there any more context to this tweet?
It might be just filming is done, and the editing process is done, but ain't no way those visual effects are done.
Yeah, I know, because were you there? Were you there for the first Godzilla movie? Yeah, we worked on the first Godzilla, and I think we were working on that thing until like 2 weeks before it came out. It was really tight.
Yeah,
well,
those visual effects can't be done.
I haven't seen this trailer. Maybe it's one of those trailers where you're like, oh, I've seen the whole movie, so let's find out.
Let's find out. Let's find out. Gotta hope not.
Hello? Is anyone there? I'm trying to reach...
Holy crap.
Senators, we believe that these titans are just the tip of the iceberg.
Uh-oh.
Which of these titans are here to protect us?
Oh
Which of these
my
titans
God.
are here to threaten us?
So you'd want to make Godzilla our pet?
No. We would be his.
Oh, damn.
Man. We pledge allegiance to Godzilla.
It's gonna be okay. They're everywhere.
Battling for dominance. A rival alpha to Godzilla.
Oh, wow.
You gotta be kidding.
Oh, Christ. Oh, my God.
Oh my man, my eyes.
I have like goosebumps.
Oh,
I'm
man.
like, wow.
Here's the thing I really like about this trailer is
I gotta do
taking a lap. He's taking a lap.
Gotta
Name's
do
taking a lap.
those yoga squats.
Oh my God! I think immediately the thing I like about this trailer, there's still a lot of mystery as to like what's happening in the story.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess the most basic understanding we have is like all of these other creatures are coming to the surface level, and like they said in the trailer, we have to figure out who's our ally and who are our enemies. So they have to sort of form an allegiance with one of the creatures, and because they've previously have had experience with Godzilla, I guess it would make the most sense based on what happened in the last movie. But this looks dope. The scope is huge. I like the fact that I think we're going to get to see a lot of these monsters in this movie from the beginning. I think a lot of people's complaints from Godzilla was we spent almost no time seeing Godzilla, and when we did, he was mostly just traveling or like underwater. It wasn't a lot of big battle stuff. And I feel like with this, especially because this leads into Kong versus Godzilla, we're gonna get to see a lot more of sort of like what can these creatures really do?
Yeah.
That's gonna be nuts.
And I think we'll see him more emerge as a character
Yeah.
finally, right? Wow, the sense of scale and epicness, so exciting. I'm getting chills. This is not just Japan or America or Washington D.C. This is like the whole world.
Yeah.
And you know what? In a time right now, 2018, I feel like we live in a crazy world. You know, there's climate change, there's crazy stuff like that. How do you up the ante with a giant creature movie? And I was like, this is the biggest I've felt.
Yeah.
These creatures have been, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I think most of the movies that you've seen around these creatures, they've, like you're saying, they've taken place in like a city or a state or maybe a country. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how they sort of incorporate a big chunk of the world into this story.
Yeah, there's a big difference between both of these. The first trailer that we saw at Comic-Con and the second one. The first one had like a sense of beauty with it.
Yeah.
With the music playing, as well as you knew that there was destruction coming, but there was a sense of beauty seeing these natural destructive beasts going through the world and just going rampant over all of this. And in this one, it's more of like, you're fucked. You know?
Yes!
And,
the sense of fear!
Yeah.
Oh
especially
my
with
gosh.
the character, I forget her name, the actor that was in Stranger Things.
Oh, Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, when you hear that she's trying to reach out and see if there's anybody left, and you hear the the chaos in the radio.
For sure.
And like
stuff's going down.
Yeah, basically. It's interesting seeing Ghidorah. I know in the past, the original old films, Godzilla always needed help fighting Ghidorah. So I'm pretty sure that Godzilla's going to get his ass beat at first.
Well, he's the little guy in here.
Yeah, you see
and then you have 3 heads coming after you. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I think it's probably going to be Godzilla's going to face him on his own, and then he's going to get his ass whooped. And then Rodan, the big pterodactyl you see in the trailer, as well as Mothra, will eventually probably help. And after maybe having a little rift with Godzilla at first, and then like, oh, okay, we need to band together. That's probably going to happen, but I could be wrong.
Got it. Yeah, because the only other thing I was thinking that could happen is that this would lead into Kong versus Godzilla, and then that would be used maybe as like a catalyst to create a 4th movie, which would have the return of some of these other characters.
Which I could see this movie being done, then jump into King Kong versus Godzilla, and then they eventually maybe pair up at the end of it, because maybe they'll jump into Mecha Ghidorah.
That's what I was saying. He gets an upgrade.
Yeah, either they do Mecha Ghidorah or they do another solo film of Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. Yeah. So that's another popular enemy. Yeah.
Oh man.
So, there's so many routes they could take it with.
Yeah, and I think I think because like King Kong was a period piece, and then Godzilla has his own timeline. There's so many things you could do. Even if you did King Kong versus Godzilla, there's so many other things you can do with King Kong to like continue building him up, and then I feel like this could sort of be like a never-ending franchise of movies, as long as the stakes aren't so big in this movie that we basically wipe out humanity. Because it's like, okay, then how does the audience connect to this movie? But this was crazy.
King Kong that movie took place in the 80s, right?
I think it was the 70s.
70s. So it's about a 40-year jump.
Yeah.
And he's tiny in the 70s compared to Godzilla what he is now. Yeah. So we'll see.
Opportunity to scale the character
up.
Yeah,
they have to scale him big time if you want to face Godzilla. Because Godzilla is
he's just like
massive.
Climbing one building. So he's not even as big as a building.
Right.
And then Godzilla is like
towers buildings.
Multiple buildings.
Towers, multiple buildings.
Yeah.
But like I said, 2018... fires, tsunamis, hurricanes, typhoons,
This is
earthquakes.
our type of movie.
Yeah.
Like this. How are you going to strike the fear and thrill into people's hearts?
Yeah.
In a world that all this stuff is happening, right? And I'm really glad that you brought up the sense of beauty and majesty. To me, what I always love about all big monster movies is this is nature, and nature is scary, and it is beautiful, and we are a part of it. So, but the line about us being his pet, I'm like, what are you doing here? I'm very intrigued
I like
now.
That. Plus, I think to what you're saying, I think the first trailer was very much constructed for Godzilla fans, or fans of all these characters, whereas this trailer is very much like for general audiences. Even though this is trailer 2. That first trailer definitely feels like it's more tailored like, hey, if you love Godzilla and this world and these creatures, This is for you. Whereas this is like, okay, now we need to start pushing it out to the general public because that was so far in advance.
Because they showed in the first trailer each individual monster and showing him how it looks, how it scales in the world and whatnot, as well as showing how beautiful it could be or how it is. And this one, like I said, it's just straight destruction, straight kick ass. Like, this is going on, this is happening, and we're fucked if we don't do something about it. So excuse the language. But this out.
I can't wait to go to the theater and watch this with you, and you're like halfway doing yoga poses upside down, and I'm like, want me to feed you some popcorn?
At this point, I'll probably be like doing the what's the
Scorpion
bridge
handstand.
We're gonna have to figure out how you can watch this movie from 360-degree angles.
If they put this on IMAX, which I'm sure they will.
It'll be IMAX.
I
for
need
sure.
to see this in
Yeah,
IMAX.
we'll go.
With the sound too. I gotta hear the destruction.
Right? Oh, it's gonna be.
I
so
really
good.
like the sound design for this trailer. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm getting chills.
Yeah, I mean, I think it needs to. I think every single piece of advertisement needs to feel big and loud because, like, that's the experience that you should have when you walk into this movie.
Yeah.
It's big and destructive. If it felt anything less than that, then you're like, nah.
And also because it feels so big and destructive, that's when the human stories really shine. So I'm kind of curious, who are going to be the scumbags and who are going to be the heroes that rise above.
For sure.
Right? So we'll see.
We'll see. But guys, let us know in the comments what you thought about this new trailer for Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Make sure you subscribe right here to Hyper RPG for all the latest content. We'll catch you guys in the next reaction. See ya.